guest from Jakarta, Indonesia. His name is William Jakfa. Hi.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for inviting me.
Maybe you can tell us more about yourself and your YouTube channel. And before that, I would like to congratulate you for having 16,000 subscribers, and you had one of your video 500,000 views. Congrats.
Almost
Yeah.
half a million.
It was,
Thank you so much.
it was.
It was a lucky shot, very lucky shot. So my background previously, I was in digital marketing mostly. I was working at digital agency, and at COVID, I was working at ByteDance. We were building I was one of the first members in building the ads business in Southeast Asia. And then 2021, I tried to build my own startup called Karun, not working so well. So right now, I went back and work in Lazada currently. But I commit to myself that I don't want to just work. So I want also to have like something that potentially can be in business, but also fun to work with. I have some initial traction, I think, building my own branding, mostly around speaking around digital marketing and doing workshop with bootcamp and something like that. So I was thinking that, maybe I could create a content, but previously I was building content in Instagram and I have a podcast, which some people acknowledge. The path to monetization is not straightforward. That's what I mean. So I choose YouTube out of its direct way to monetization, meaning that I just need to upload video, and if it is good, I have like direct revenue from advertising, and if it's not, then I don't have any. It's very, I think, beautiful and slow compared to other platform where you have to put like minimum one per day content. YouTube, you can do like once a week, once a month, something like that. So that's why I'm interested in YouTube, but I don't know how. So I joined a couple of courses actually on building YouTube. One of it was, the most impactful one was the Alip Abdal course. It's very, I would say, beginner friendly for me because I don't know how to edit anything. I just had a thought that, maybe I could become a YouTuber. So yeah. And 2 months later, I have 16,000 subscribers.
And just now you mentioned that you're working in Lazada platform, that online ordering, like you do in
Yes.
marketing, digital marketing as well in Lazada.
Currently, I'm doing a special project with Lazada, mostly around growing their user growth.
As a digital marketing, what is your challenges that you face in your work area?
So the most challenging one is, I think, finding out the right growth channel or growth pattern. When we're talking about e-commerce is a very big business. Millions of dollars pouring every month into that, and the JV is also large. In Indonesia, especially, the market is very large. Finding out the positioning plus the right incentive to nurture user and also the right channel and everything is part of how to unlock the growth. I think it's the same with YouTube, like how you connect with your creator market fit, so what you like to share and what the market like to receive. It's very hard to that into one places. But if you have one pattern, you can duplicate it and then getting more results, which in the scaling part. I think that's one of the most challenging part, which is finding the pattern that we can scale.
For in terms of YouTube users, Indonesia is the third largest user after India and US. For your opinion, like Indonesia, what is the potential that YouTube can move forward, having this massive amount of users?
It's very interesting. You as well as one of part of the PTYA community from Indonesia, and I think I joined a group where almost all of Indonesian members are there. I take a look at all of their content, mostly are in English. I think that's what limiting their growth, because Indonesia have a large user base. Even though if you are looking only from the CPM base point, yeah, it's very low compared to the US. But if you look at from the supply of the content, there is a few of Indonesian content creators that have like diversification of content. You can go very niche in Indonesia and still making money, I think. Maybe the path to monetization is not very straightforward, like only based on advertising, but you can go, for example, in myself, I know that Indonesia is very large base, and I know that I have options to make video in English, but the blocker for me is it will be harder for me to get views if I talk in English, because I think my mode is I can speak Indonesian and I think I can deliver more like same quality of content compared to foreigner content. But in Indonesia, my content will be high quality in my niche, because I study the sound development, marketing, content creator in Indonesia. Most of them don't want to show their faces. I think that's put a lot of differentiation. Most of Indonesian are more like private and don't want to show their face. And if you want to follow people that show their face, you want to follow people that are real people. I think that's a very big potential. And on the other side, I think the most argument that I have on myself is language correlates to higher CPM because bigger brands want to invest in the English speaking audiences. But if you take it the other way, if you can generate views on Indonesian speaking audiences, you can try to be creative with your monetization, which is in my case, maybe it's speaking engagement, maybe it's consulting, maybe it's selling services. Doesn't have to be like only AdSense. So I view YouTube as a way for me to get people that knew me more. So it's like a awareness machine for me, and also helpful for me because my business stays in Indonesia.
So Indonesia has a really large potential in terms of market size. And I see there's a lot of YouTubers having millions and millions of subscribers. That was really fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, like if we take a look at the blueprint that Ali Abdal mentioned in his courses, like building an email list, selling courses, selling tired of courses. I don't think a lot of content creators that have big follower in Indonesia do that kind of blueprint. Doesn't mean that Indonesian people don't want to buy it. I think that the potential is very big, especially when I say like in my cases in digital marketing, I could theoretically create a digital marketing bootcamp, sell it at maybe like average prices, so I get all the margin without having to promote it because I already have the audience. So I can get creative with how I monetize my audience. But on the other hand, I also think I'm not sure whether you have the same problem as me or not. But my video is all in Indonesian, and sometimes I mention English term, like the one that my one video that got hit is basically teaching people on one courses about learning how to learn. And most of the comments is like, I don't know how to speak English. I don't know how to read this. Can you find another sources that is in Bahasa? So it's like, oh, maybe Indonesian people lacking high quality content around how to develop themselves. I think it's a very noble mission to educate Indonesian people on not just selling them entertainment on YouTube, but also providing like another angle of content. They are not coming to YouTube just to find like fun, because I think other platform already provide it as well, but they can come to YouTube to actually learn something because it's very long. It's like a long form platform, so people can come and rewatch and
Okay, like for my case, I'm also based in Indonesia. So when I started my YouTube channel, I was like thinking what niche, what audience that I will be having. And I tried doing English and also some Indonesian. And
yeah.
I find that yeah, I do have audience like 50-50. But now my audience is like 35% is from Indonesia and 35% is from US. So it's like a shift. The more videos I put out, I can actually what the data shows
Yeah.
me the audience comes from where and the age and the male or female, the area. So it's slowly giving me ideas so I can really craft the video that we are doing actually. And regarding just now you mentioned boot camp, can you explain more about the boot camp thing?
Full-time is like basically there's a trend in Indonesia where digital marketing is like the hottest new job in the field. Everyone wants to be a digital marketer basically because it provides a remote working opportunity because you don't have to show your face in the office. You can work through your laptop, and also not many people can do it, but every company right now needs to do it, especially after COVID. So people thought that it's like one of most needed job or the most high paying job, even though it's not really the most high paying job. Bootcamp serve a purpose for people that don't have marketing background or tech background be able to work in the digital marketing industry. Usually, the way I get approached is some of the bootcamp provider ask me to teach one of their classes. Each student pay like a certain amount of million rupiah, and then they can basically follow like 3 month courses or 6 month courses, and after that they will get a job placement from the bootcamp. Basically, the bootcamp will help them get a job.
3 months for 1 million
No, not
rupiah.
1 million. Depends.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
bootcamp that's sold for like 15 to 20 million. Some are 5 million. Some are like 1 million, but only for 1 month. So yeah, different bootcamp gives different experience. And also it's depend on who are the teacher. The teacher are someone that have the experience. The review is usually good because you get to learn from the one that are doing the job. If the teacher are the one that graduating from the bootcamp and just delivering the slides, usually the reviews goes down. So I see that many bootcamp are getting challenged to scale their company because they need more students, but more students leads to more, like the quality of the graduates is not consistent. So they are not really get absorbed to the job industry, meaning that they won't get any job to in the digital marketing industry, but they still need to get another student. So yeah, the loop is not closing yet, but they still need to acquire new students.
And let's talk about your most famous hit video, which is almost 500,000 views. Like, can you tell us
Almost.
more about that video? Like, how do
Yeah,
you create? How do you overcome? What ideas that you put in to create that video? Then it grows into like 500,000 views.
I think it was a very lucky shot. So I created like 6 to 7 videos around digital marketing, basically talking about like what's digital marketing for B2B, how to pick agencies, something like that. So at some point, I have run out of videos and I need to send my editor new video. So I was thinking like, oh, I'm getting bored of digital marketing and I wanted to create a video of something that maybe I uniquely know. Not meaning that this is like exclusively that I know, but I know that this is not something that mostly people know. I already know a course about learning how to learn. I think the title is very catchy, but I was thinking that oh maybe this could be a good video, at least for people to learn that there's a course out there that help them knowing themselves and enable them to learn how to learn. I tried to make a script out of it and record with not knowing that it will be a hit, my biggest hit. I always thought that my biggest hit would be like something about marketing. I just recorded in one night and then sent it to my editor, and my editor edited it in 1 week. At the first, I think 3 days, I got like 1K, 2K views, which is very great for me because previously I was like usually get like hundreds, usually below 300, and my subscriber back then was 100 subscribers. But over time, I installed the YouTube Studio app in my phone, and then I refreshed every day. How come it's always increasing? Like, oh, okay, this is always increasing. And I was always reply to comments because I was excited. Oh yeah, there's always comments. At some point, after like 1 week or 10 days, the views get like 10K per day. I was like, what happened? I have no idea. So maybe I don't know what happened. Maybe because the video is needed by the audience or the learning is a huge niche. I'm not sure yet. That's why I'm trying experimenting with a couple videos after it. After that, I send like I upload 3 video. Nothing hits like the first video that got me to how to learn video. So yeah, maybe it's new one. But oh yeah, very lucky shot. I don't know how to replicate it.
And there's one video did quite well also. It's on ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Maybe you can tell us more about that video.
I was thinking that maybe the learning niche is good, so what else can I create from this learning? And I use ChatGPT on a daily basis, and I feel that most of the YouTube video that talking about ChatGPT is very like how to get money from the ChatGPT. It's very hard to get money from ChatGPT unless you know what you're doing, unless you already have like a high paying job or like a very suitable job and you get more productive of it, or you have a business and you have an operator and then you give idea for them to work on it. ChatGPT itself is like on steroid. So it cannot do more than giving you quick information. At least the current ChatGPT, not like the newest version of AutoGPT or BBGP. I use the plus one, and I think plus one also just give us the newest version that can give you ability to browse something like that. So I was thinking that this for me ChatGPT only gives me enough information to not have to look at Google. So I was thinking that maybe there's a framework for people to help them learn faster. I was imagining that because previously I was in education business around digital marketing. I was thinking that maybe in the future the way people learn is gonna be different. They don't need like we're talking about bootcamp. They don't need 6 months to learn about digital marketing. Maybe they only learn 2 months. 1 month to learn fundamental. 1 month to like do a real work example of doing marketing campaign. The 1 month of learning can be enabled with ChatGPT, so they don't really need to know everything. They just only need to know what they need to solve. Basically, learning with a problem, not learning with the curiosity to learn everything. Because ChatGPT enables us to have like a one like always ready tutor. We just have to ask the right question. So yeah, I created that. It didn't get as many views as the one that I mentioned before, but yeah, I think it's good learning for me.
And for Chat GPT, on your opinion, what do you think this Chat GPT will do in the future? What advantages that will bring to the people, especially in Indonesian market?
Not sure about the whole Indonesian market, but maybe I can talk about the experience of being a content creator. It's very easy for us to be a content creator right now with ChatGPT because we don't need to do a heavy research on topic. You just need one ChatGPT, and if you need more responsive one, you pay for the plus one. I do think that it's very productive tool that you need to pay. I think in terms of researching, in terms of creating a topic, in terms of do an analysis of what's working and what's not working, it's very good. And also making a script, ChatGPT is very good. I make a couple of YouTube shorts and I upload it into TikTok and other platforms as well. All of the shorts is built by ChatGPT, as Ali telling. It saved a lot of time for me. And as you know that there's a lot of AI generative tool as well, like Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, something like that. So if we can enable it, I do think it's really feasible for us to become like a 1 million content creator just because we know how to use AI. So right now I'm planning to I have two editors and I'm planning to hire like one content producer and I'm planning to enable the content producer to know everything about AI. So at least we know how to run it efficiently
As a digital marketing people, how can you apply it to the business to business?
B2B. Very interesting. I do think that's very hard. People say that GPT you can use it for cold email, then you make a generative cold email and send it to the public. I don't think it's going to work for a long time because people will notice eventually that it's bot. So there's a different approach on how to use digital marketing for B2B. The first one I think is the cold sales. So you only focus on sales and how to use digital marketing to get more leads. Second one is more like a branding approach, just making your business a thought leader or sponsor in your industry. I think that ChatGPT can enable the latter one instead of the first one. It can enable you to help on the sales, moving the sales pipeline faster, enable your sales to do their job quicker, but still need a human touch because you're dealing with like human to human interaction. You cannot outsource it 100%. You still need a salespeople, I think, to some extent. A salespeople that knew how to communicate, but also knew how to use AI. So it's a hard job, could be faster. But the latter one, like for example, I have clients in my previous company. They were in risk management industry. Risk management industry, as you know, is a very rigid industry. It's either yes or no. Either you follow framework or you don't follow framework. And their type of content to get attention from risk management professional is actually very, very in depth. You cannot just say what is risk management? They already know that. You have to say what is risk management in AI? What type of risk could AI pose to the risk management industry or risk management professional or logistic industry or training industry? It's very in-depth content. And usually you need to have one researcher dedicated to one specific industry. At the ChatGPT era, you don't need one. You just need one that can validate whether ChatGPT is saying the right thing or not. In terms of that, B2B companies can have a better output of content because usually the challenge for B2B company to produce more high quality content is time. They can only produce so much content at compact time with limited resources. Even though they came to agency will also have a hard time to understand the topic. When you are talking about digital marketing and combining B2B, I would say a branding strategy to make the business itself generating clients, not just you outbound clients. Do outbound clients, and that can be enabled with content-enabled AI. I think. Sure. I think not just in the future. I know you can already do it. Some companies I know that already utilize AI. The company that I previously worked with, their onboarding process on new joiners on agency is week 1 and week 2 is only learn ChatGPT. So you don't need to learn digital marketing now. You only need to learn ChatGPT on the first 2 weeks, and then you can go straight forward to your job.
Okay, maybe we wrap things up. Any advice to our audience so that the audience can take home as a take home message from you?
Maybe I want to ask a question for you. So how do you you have content on your video, you also have content in your life. How do you structure it so it can achieve your goal? And also second one maybe how do you plan your team? That's why I'm curious with. Do you have team or do you all this for yourself?
Currently, I'm doing all by myself,
Okay.
including editing and thumbnails, design. So maybe I need editors to actually edit my videos.
I think so. I think so. I think so.
Yeah. So I need to outsource things because I want more time to myself because editing takes a lot of time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
What about the first one, the one that what how do you structure your content? Is it more like this one is just like you interviewing people as one of the content pillar of you, and then second one is like the content that you schedule, or how do you structure the content?
Okay, for my go live together, the live stream is I'll do it only for this month. So when in June I'll back to my normal video long form
I see.
videos
I
because I
see.
just want to try out the new features in this YouTube live
I see.
together feature. Yeah.
How
So
is it so far?
far, sorry.
How is it so far? The YouTube live feature.
So far I did like 15 people.
Mm,
So they are very supportive. Like I do it during weekends and I ask them question how they because we are in the same class, PTYA class. So just ask them how they can after that class, how can they what they have learned, how they can make this information they have learned and move on and make use of in their YouTube channel.
I see. Was it
Yeah.
the views good, or like getting you more subscriber, or something else?
For live streaming, the view is not as good as the long form videos.
I
I
see.
just want to get exposure and experience only.
I see.
Because
Got it.
like for live streaming it's more for the community,
I
small
see.
community base. And
I
to
see.
get new subscriber is far less compared to shorts and long form
Got
because
it.
I get more subscribers from shorts.
I see shorts. I haven't unlocked shorts yet, so I might ask you later about it.
Yeah, sure. So shorts is a potential because it's like you can get spikes in
Hmm.
shorts. Like one day you can get like 30 subscriber, like 50
Oh, I see.
subscriber in one shorts. Sometimes you get none, but some you get viral shorts, you can get 30, 50 subscribers.
Does it matter that
Yeah.
I upload the shorts directly from the app, or I can use desktop and it's fine? Have you tried
Normally
it?
I upload from my apps in my handphone.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm using like a scheduler called Metrico, so it automatically reshare it into other platform as well. But the view is very low. I only get the highest view in Reels usually. I see. That's good to know.
I'm more focused on YouTube. I sometimes I do repurpose on TikTok, repurpose on Reels, but just take up too much time. I just focus on YouTube.
Yeah, so I also do that. I just like repost it on other platform as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So
One final message for me is I think my life is kind of like I don't have a direct path to like okay, you become digital marketer and then you become like senior digital marketer, digital marketing manager, and then senior digital marketing manager. My path doesn't follow that kind of normal path, and my mentor always say to me that I always can create my path. So that's why I try to build my startup, and then eventually my startup become this YouTube. And I believe that everyone can do that. Everyone can be anything as long as they believe they can do it. So yeah, that's my final message.
okay. Thank you so much, William, for your time.
Thank you,
And
Daniel.
those wants to know more about William and its YouTube channel, check out the link below in the description box. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, William. I see you
Thank you so
next
much.
time. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.